Learn how to install a beautiful ceramic tile backsplash like this one coming up next on the At Home channel at Buildipedia.com. A ceramic tile backsplash is a great way to enhance the look of your kitchen or bathroom. It's also a project that just about any do-it-yourselfer can accomplish. Hi there, I'm Jeff Wilson. This time we're going to talk about choosing tile for a backsplash, what tools and supplies that you'll need for the job, and then we'll show you exactly how to get the job done right. With me today is Corey. Corey's a tile installer from the Flooring Studio. Thanks for helping out today.
No problem, Jeff. Happy to help out.
What are we using for our backsplash today?
This is a porcelain tile. It's real smooth. It's great for backsplashes.
And in this case, I know that these tiles have a self spacer, right?
Yes, they're built in right to it. They already have a spacer in them. When you set them together, they're already...
Creates the joint.
Yes.
What about trimming out this tile?
We got bullnose pieces to help finish it on the ends. It just gives you a nice finish. Where you stop the tile at, you want a nice finish unless it's against the wall where you won't really need a bullnose.
Oh, I see. Right. So we want to think ahead of what the edges, the corners are going to be like. So make sure you have the regular tile, maybe some trim tile as well. Yes. Okay, then we need some kind of mastic. This is what we're going to attach the tile to the wall with, right?
Yes, this is an adhesive. It's great for wall tile.
And then once we've installed our tile and it's had a chance to cure, dry in place, we're going to put some grout in, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the grout is what goes in the joints between the tile.
To fill in the gaps.
Okay. Now, we'll also need some tools for the job, right? We're going to use some paper and some painter's tape to protect our countertop surfaces. Also some layout tools, just a tape measure and a pencil. A scraper so we can knock down some of the high points on the wall before we start. This is a trowel with a 1/4 inch tooth on it to spread out our mastic. And then once we get to the grouting, we'll use this grout float and then the scrubber there. So I think we have everything that we need, Corey, so we can get started. Okay, Corey, so first we want to protect the countertop surface, and then we want to scrape down some parts of the wall, right?
Yeah, the high spots. We don't need to get it real smooth, but we want it just so there's no wobbly tile.
Okay, and then some layout, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's get to it. In our case, the layout is fairly simple. We're using this white subway tile in what's called a running bond pattern. It's like the staggered joints on brick. We'll start on the ends and work toward the corner and lay the tile up from the countertop. This way, our cuts are hidden in the corners and under the bottom edge of the cabinets. For our straight line cuts like the half tile starter piece we need for the second row, we use a tile cutter. Score the tile and push down to snap it cleanly. Corey starts by using a trowel with 1/4 inch teeth to put on a layer of the mastic. It's important not to lay the mastic on too thick or it'll fill the grout lines. Too thin and there won't be enough mastic to hold the tile to the wall. All right, Corey, so how am I doing here? Is that all right? Is that going to be enough that I'm getting on there? Am I getting too much?
Yeah, hold your trowel a little bit. Yeah,
more like this?
More like that.
Oh, so I get more of a tooth on it. I
yeah.
got you. Oh, I see. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Sometimes it'll want to slide. The mastic will want to slide.
Right.
So you just have to go over it a couple times to get
Okay.
it to,
So maybe like goop some on and then
just
hold it more perpendicular like that?
Yep. And if it pulls away, you just go over it a couple times. It'll eventually work
Stick?
its way right
Okay.
into the drywall.
Okay, in setting a tile, we're just going to press firmly. We want to make sure we get that coverage on the back of the tile, like Corey said, of about 85% with the mastic. Don't want to push too hard. You can snap a tile and break it, but nice and firm. Make sure the grout lines are clear a little bit, so we'll have room for grout in there. But with the self-spacer, it goes on pretty quick. The tile has built-in spacers, which will leave an 1/8 inch gap between each tile. And we'll still use our spacers to hold the tile up off the countertop, and we'll caulk that gap when we're done. Now that we've set a lot of the hole tiles, we need to cut some tile to fit around the electrical outlets and along the bottom of the cabinets. For that, we use a wet saw. First, mark the edges of the area to remove on the face of the tile. For the corners and the row beneath the cabinets, use the tape measure to size the piece you'll need and mark a tile accordingly. Now, if you need to make any complex cuts like we do around the electrical outlet or the switch, use a tile saw, which is also known as a wet saw. It's essentially a small table saw with a diamond blade, a guard, and a small reservoir to hold water. That water will keep the diamond blade cool while you're cutting the tile. Now, safety gear at a minimum, you want some eye protection and some ear protection. Where the mastic is hard to get properly applied on the wall, at corners, edges, and around outlets and fixtures, use the trowel or your fingers to evenly spread some mastic on the back of the tile. For the finishing touch, we use bullnose tiles along the open edges. With a rounded edge, these pieces make for a smoother transition to the wall surface. To make the bullnose turn the corner, Corey cuts 2 bullnose tiles with a 45-degree angle. Corey, this is looking great. Nice work. Now, how long do we have to wait until we can put the grout in?
Overnight, around about 12 hours is a good time to wait.
Okay, so 12 hours for the mastic to cure so the tile's really set to the wall.
Yes, that way we don't have any of them sliding when we grout. We want it to be nice and stuck to the wall.
Okay, good. So I guess I'll see you in the morning then.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yep.